Hey Libras, welcome to my channel, Intuitive Tarot Empath. I'm Robin, and this is your general reading for September 2018. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, you can go check out the videos for your sun, moon, and or rising signs to get all the information about all the energy surrounding you throughout the last 2 weeks of August, all throughout September, and then even into a little bit of October, depending on where everything lies. So to those Libras who are celebrating birthdays at the end of September, happy birthday to all of you. And I'm going to shuffle the cards with your energy in mind, and we'll see what comes up. All right, so what's the energy for Libra, September 2018? What's the energy for Libra? Energy for Libra, September 2018. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to eke out this video. I am a teacher. I just started school a couple weeks ago, so things have been extremely slow going as I get back into the swing of things with my day job. All right, let's see. Libra. Yep, alright, so that's that. So, this middle one. Alright, let's see, my peeps. So, we have the Four of Wands. Fantastic. The Eight of Wands. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Empress. The Seven of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Star in reverse. The Four of Swords. The Page of Wands in reverse, and the Death card. So what we have here is, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So this looks like a new offer. Either you're offering something to someone or a situation, or someone is offering something to you. It's dealing with emotions. It could be a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cups are about emotions, so this is like giving of your heart to something. Maybe it's something that's brand new. Maybe there's lots of messages going back and forth between you and someone else, because we also have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this represents you, because swords represent air signs, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and this is a new opportunity, even though it's in reverse. I feel like for some of you, the new opportunity has felt slow to come. So maybe putting your energy out there, but having it not come back as quickly as you anticipated or wanted it to. But there is this feeling, there's a lot of like, surrounding Libra in these cards, there's a lot of like, go forward, move back, go forward, move back. So here we have the Two of Wands in reverse, saying like you're no longer standing on the porch looking out into the world. You're actually making moves now, and you're looking at the returns on your investments, but it's not necessarily happening as quickly as you want it to, because the Knight of Wands is in reverse. So wands are about passion, fire. They represent fire signs. So I just feel like, you know, for every step you take and you move forward and you start seeing the return on your investment, something comes in and kind of like slows it down a little bit. So I think that this is all about creating a happy home for you. I think that, you know, Libras are happy at home in the month of September. Things are going really, really well. Everyone's happy, everyone's healthy. There's a lot of focus on the home, so whether that's your body is your home, your job is your home, or your actual home is your home. We have the Eight of Wands crossing you, but it's in reverse. So I think that perhaps there was a lot of information or a lot of messages being sent to you seemingly out of nowhere. Could be about things that you're passionate about. There's a lot of wands here, so there's a lot of fire energy. I feel like there are going to be a lot of Libras with all this fire and this like push pull. I feel like there's a lot of Libras who are going to feel like they're kind of in limbo right now. Like they want things to start and they want things to start now, but they're stuck in this position where they really like where they are and they're afraid to see it. They're afraid to see it change. But changes are what's on the horizon, but once again, those changes are slow. So I think that a lot of things changed for you from this card in a very short amount of time. Some of these things could be things that you were contractually bound to, so a job, a marriage, a partnership. And so maybe there was some upset in your home for a little while with all of those changes that swirled around you, but things are slowing down. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So the Seven of Swords is usually about a betrayal, someone getting away with something. This can sometimes be the cheating card. So this could be someone walking away from you, or it could be that you thought someone was betraying you, and then once you had the conversation with them, once you reflected on the reality of the situation, it turned out that the situation you thought was happening wasn't at all what you thought it was. This Seven of Swords is really saying that, like, there was some sort of perceived betrayal in your past, someone that you thought was getting away with something. It weighed heavily on your mind. But you did some major reflection, looking into that situation, maybe even talking to that person, or looking within yourself and seeing what it was about you that made you perceive the situation in such a way. And I feel like there might have been a lot of unrest surrounding that situation. It was like, I get the impression that it was weighing on your mind heavily. But then there was a slowing down and a calmness. So I feel like as you move into September, this could have all been at the end of August. And like I said, the betrayal could have been from a person at work. It could have been from a partner. It could have been from, in your intimate relationship. But there's been reflection. There's been time to think about it. There's been time to ground yourself. I think that there's been a lot of self-reflection for you guys in the latter part of August. And as you move into September, you're really feeling your power. The Empress is about fertility. She is about growing and gestating new ideas. So September for you, I feel, is a really, really fruitful time to take what you reflected upon and really do something with it. So, and maybe this is also why there's such a slowness to the energy in this reading, and this kind of push-pull energy is because, this is the card of pregnancy. Pregnancy takes, for humans at least, 9 months. That's not a short amount of time. That's almost a year. So it's it takes time to grow something new that's good and worthwhile. So lean into the slowness. Enjoy the process of gestating the new thing, whether it's a new relationship, a new idea, a new job. Maybe some of you have even bought a new home. That could very well be the case. And it's just taking some time to sign paperwork. So I think that, it's an uncomfortable place to be when you feel like you're constantly being, pushed or pulled in one direction. You don't know which way to go. But I think that September is asking you to really embrace the slowness and enjoy your life day to day. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. Live in the now. Because once again, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So an already slow energy becoming even slower. And where he lies in the deck, as you move throughout September, he's looking at the past. So September for you guys is a lot about embracing the present, but also part of you reflecting on what you've been through and how far you've come, and getting yourselves ready to offer up yourself in a way that maybe you haven't been able to before. That's what I get from the Knight of Pentacles, and especially as you're moving into Virgo season. We're in Virgo season now as I make this video, but this could have also been the energy that surrounded you within the first couple of weeks of September. So the Knight of Pentacles being a very grounding energy, asking you to take your time, because you'll see as all of this unfolds, these new ideas that you have and the way that they start to progress. I feel like for some of you, you feel like fate's not on your side, but that's not real. That's just a perception. I feel like a lot of Libras have felt like the universe hasn't had their back. that like the things they wanted to work out didn't work out the way they wanted them to, and so that's caused some sort of disappointment. Maybe even feels as though the thing that betrayed them, the thing that betrayed them was the universe. Like, I wanted this to work out so badly, and everything was aligned up until X point, and then it didn't go the way I wanted it to, and how could the world do that to me? But the Star card is saying that like everything that's happened to you up to this point was supposed to happen to get you here. And now there's a lesson in this feeling that you're supposed to be learning, and this, you know, this discomfort that you're feeling. And so the universe does have your back. It's just saying that the things that you want to happen are just slow to transpire. And it's going to put you in a place where you want to spend some time alone. Once again, there's a ton of reflection here. There's a ton of slow movement. It's very turtle-esque energy. The Four of Swords is about meditation. It's about spending time on your own. It's about thinking about the things that are most important to you. We have a 4 here. We have a 4 with the 4 of Wands. We have a reflection card with the 7 of Pentacles. So, you know, there's going to be some alone time here. There's going to be some meditating on your thoughts time, especially as you move into the second half of September. You guys are maybe even going to be spending more time at home, more time at your physical home or your home within yourself. I think that you guys have a lot to think about in terms of how you want to proceed forward when it comes to life. I don't know. I feel like a lot of you had some pretty hard knocks that came out of nowhere. Hold on, let me do a little counting. September, February. So I want to say, like, maybe going as far back as do you know how hard it is to count backwards on a calendar in your head, on your hands? I'm going to tell you, it's difficult. But I'm going to say as far back as February, because we have that 8 of Wands, like winter. Things started happening out of nowhere that really kind of changed the course of things for you guys and the way that you thought. And I say that because I probably already said this before and then forgot 2 seconds later, but I say that because of the 8 of Wands that crosses your happy home. So, you know, I think that once something changes the way that you think, it's hard to go back to the way you thought about life, or the things in your life before that thing happened. And once again, you're going to be, I feel like there's a lot of this energy of like, you're reflecting, you take some solo time, and then there's this Page of Wands who's like passionate about stuff, but then is looking to the past. There's a lot of looking to the past. I think that Libras for the month of September, there's something in the past that you need to learn about or learn from. I think that that's why there's so much reflection for you guys. I even get the feeling of a little bit of fear. Like the reflection for you guys is focusing on the past because the past was so good. Why would I want to change it? And how can I get myself back to where I was before this thing happened? You know, in the winter, that kind of changed my thought process, the way that I did things, the way that I thought about things. And I think that there's also a fear that there's going to be even more change. But the Death card is saying that, like, the changes that have occurred in your life are necessary because it's going to produce something else. So look at this. You have the Birth card and you have the Death card. So one phase, and it's big, life-changing kind of stuff. Like, one phase is ending so that another phase can begin for you. You are at a crossroads right now, and so if you feel like you're in limbo, it's probably because something big is ending so that something new can come to the forefront. So you are in the midst of change. It's not bad at all. So I want to see what the thing was that happened. So give me some cards for that 8 of Wands. I'm sorry if I'm like a little like, whoa. I woke up and was like, let's do a card video. That seems like the best thing to do. So I apologize if I'm a little tired sounding. Okay. Okay, one more card. Ooh. What's that? Okay. So, these cards, the clarification cards. So, a difficulty. That's what this card represents. But it's also the beginning of something. So I feel like the situation that occurred in the winter, because I want to say it was 8 months back, and 8 months back from now would be like January, February. So I want to say that like a difficult situation occurred that then changed the course of things and put you on a new path. It like started a new phase for you, because this oxen and this scythe, I think it's called. I'm an English teacher. I should know the word for that. Represent hardship. I think it was, for some of you, I want to say there could have been, like there was being surrounded by lots of people. So, you know, if we're talking about a betrayal, you know, this 3 plus 0, this is the card of 30, so this is 3 plus 0, so there could have been a third person in the midst of a relationship that you were in, or just like, you know, a person at work who wanted to peck at your happiness, peck at like, peck at you, or going back and forth to a boss and like telling the boss your secrets or what you've been doing. This card is also the card of like sexuality and harmony. So it could have very well been that you had something with someone that kind of like burned really, really bright and really, really fast, and then it like fizzled out. I get the impression from the park card too that like the hardship was around the people in your life, that you were surrounded by a lot of people for a gathering of sorts. So like, you know, a wedding or a funeral or something where there was a lot of people gathering together. But I want to say that like, I just get the impression that it was sudden. Whatever the situation was that changed the course of your mindset, it was sudden and unexpected, and it dealt with the people around you. And at that time, there were a lot of people around you, and it set you on a new path to, yeah, it sent you into a new phase. You poor Libras. You poor Libras. All right, so we're going to do one more card. It's the card of advice. But I think that this is also saying, like I said, the advice from all of this and what I gather is, don't rush yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. It's going to take a little time to get yourself out of the funk that you're in, but understand that the universe hasn't like left you. The world is still on your side. Fate wants to see you win, and it's saying like, don't push yourself so hard. Be a little bit more patient with yourself. Be kinder with yourself. You know, you're on a different path. You're in a new phase of your life. Like, things changed for you, and so obviously in getting used to that, you have to be patient. So we have seeing clearly is the card of advice. So it says, it's time to view things from a different perspective. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. That's absolutely what the Empress card is saying. Don't worry, the pause and momentum while you rethink your plan won't last. Embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you. Libra, isn't that what we were just talking about? All right, so let's see. Seeing clearly in the book says, all right, so it says, you are uniquely able to look past the current situation and envision endless possibilities. If events haven't been moving forward as quickly as you'd like, it's because heaven has a better path laid out for you. Try looking at things from a different perspective, and you'll be pleasantly surprised by the opportunities that are currently open to you. The present pause in the action is temporary. What have I been telling you, Libra? Come on. You may be called upon to set aside your own priorities in order to help someone else with his or her needs. It's all right to rush to another's aid as long as you set boundaries and then return to your own goals at the proper time. Additional meanings of this card: embracing your own uniqueness, giving to others in a balanced, healthy way, working for the higher good, changing priorities, original ideas. Libra, like I said, be patient and kind with yourself. Lean into this feeling because life is long and this feeling is going to come up again at some point in your lives, and you need to know how to deal with it. So don't push it away, embrace it, and just enjoy this time of transition, even though it is wildly uncomfortable. I love you guys so much. Please let me know how you are doing, how this all shakes out, if you're okay, what's going on. You can email me at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com, or if you liked this reading as much as I liked doing this reading for you, you can check out my website to purchase a personal reading at www.intuitivetarotempath.com. I love you guys so much. Happy September birthday, Libra, and I will see you in October. Bye.